Today on the Overcorrection, we are going to be looking at some of the most interesting ways Indians are using quick commerce. Some of it funny and some of it not so much. On top of that, we're going to talk about an update to the Pune Porsche case, and finally, we're going to also discuss the very distressing collapse of one of the under construction Mumbai metro structures that has led to the death of at least one person. All this and more coming up here on the Overcorrection. Stay tuned. Quick commerce, right? We discussed this a lot on the show. We actually discuss how it's a little sad that one of the things Indians like most about coming back to India from abroad is its quick commerce culture. They love that they can get a packet of Lays at 3 a.m. and they think this represents success. And we've talked about how this actually represents a deep failure of our society and its progress. That being said, here are some videos that have gone viral over the past few weeks, showing exactly how this quick commerce culture can get a little out of hand. Holy shit. Okay, if you can't see, this is a video of a Swiggy driver face planting as he seems to be running as fast as humanly possible, trying to deliver a package of food to someone in the first class compartment of a train. Let's watch that. You can hear his face. Oh! Just walks it off. The Swiggy actually commented on this video and they've updated us. Hi there, we've looked into the incident and are relieved to confirm that the delivery partner is safe, unharmed, and did not face any penalty from authorities. Safety is our absolute priority. Our protocols strictly prohibit boarding or exiting moving trains. So yeah, whose mistake is this? Is this a mistake of Swiggy for encouraging their drivers to do something like this? I mean, it is a very high-paying job. It makes sense they would want to go above and beyond. Or is it the fault of the guy on the train ordering from Swiggy? Because a lot of people are roasting him in the comments. But the truth is, we just do what is available to us. And if an app is letting you order it to a train, they will. If you've seen, Swiggy lets you deliver to Alibag. People don't know this, but you can be in Alibag and you can order from Mac Street Cafe in Colaba, and the guy will board the jetty and come deliver your Fiamma pizza to you. So it's not the biggest stretch that this guy would expect someone to hand it off to him through a train window. Now, the fact that the Swiggy driver is going to be penalized if he doesn't complete this is why he's running. So I would wager, despite whatever Swiggy is saying in this comment, because this video has gone viral, they would have probably docked this guy's pay had there not been a video, faceplant and all. So this is one of the sad ones. They're all actually kind of sad. This one is just like a particularly sad because you can feel that guy's pain. Anyways, let's move on. A Mumbai woman shared how Blinkit's free-of-cost ambulance service helped her aunt reach the hospital in the middle of the night when booking a cab felt impossible. One tap, no payment, no delay, just timely support when it mattered most. In moments like these, convenience isn't about groceries or speed. It's about trust, access, and humanity. When families are miles apart and options are limited, small innovations can make a life-saving difference. This story isn't an ad, I was just going to ask. It's a reminder that technology, when used right, can quietly step up in the worst moments, and that's when it truly counts. So this is, quite a positive story. And yes, there are negative sides to it, which we're going to talk about. But the truth is, I don't think most people offhand know what number to dial for an ambulance. The number is 112, by the way, for police, fire, or ambulance. That is the emergency number to call. This is a PSA. Or just download the Blinkit app, clearly. I don't know if they have a Blinkit fire brigade yet, but I do know they send fire extinguishers. So yet another instance of the government having its work being done by the private sector. And it looks like a good thing in the short run that we have it, but this is never a good sign. It is never a good sign that at 4 a.m. this woman wanted to call Blinkit ambulance because she couldn't get a cab or she couldn't get a real government ambulance. It's like these high-rise buildings that we keep talking about, right? It's the privatization of public commodities. In this case, public safety is a commodity that the government is supposed to provide. And because they're not, Blinkit is taking over. It's really good that they're doing this for free. The truth is that they will not be able to sustain doing it for free. They are a private organization. They will only get money from commerce. Unlike the government, which we actually pay taxes to, that has money that is supposed to be doing all this stuff, not for free, as part of their duty. So I think, again, we need to just start remembering that, hey, the second private industry starts picking up slack for the basic commodities you are to expect from your government, eventually they're going to start charging you for it. And you're going to be at a place where you're going to have to pay for an ambulance. Can you imagine that? Paying taxes, having healthcare and all this, and then just having to pay in the toughest moment when you want people to help you. Because they can't keep it free forever. So just remember that.
गाइस, जिसको लगता है कि लड़की आलसी नहीं होती, एकदम गलत लगता है। तुम इन लोगों को देख लो, देखो इनको, इनसे पानी नहीं भरा जा रहा यार। इन्होंने सिर्फ पानी भरने के लिए स्नैबिट से दीदी को बुला दिया है। दीदी ने बर्फ भी भर दिया। अरे वाह, बढ़िया बढ़िया। बट क्या आलसी लड़कियां भाई।
Do you think this is an ad? It seems super staged. What do you guys think? I think it's an ad. I think it's a really good ad. How can it not be an ad? She captured the Snabbit logo on the arm so perfectly. Look, I hope that they at least got some more work done by her. I can't imagine calling someone just to fill water. It takes as much effort to go to the door and just get it. You know, unless you just leave your door open now. Like, that's the only way. There is no work involved. You know, every time someone comes to my building, I have to answer 10 calls to let them in. It doesn't feel like no work. So that's why I do feel this is a bit of an ad. It is really well done, because if this girl is like acting and they've been paid by Snabbit to do this, she is a really good actor. Let's watch it again and try to see if we can see a crack in the...
कि लड़की आलसी नहीं होती, एकदम गलत लगता है। तुम इन लोगों को देख लो, देखो इनको।
What is that girl doing though? She seems to be climbing up on again.
पानी नहीं भरा जा रहा यार। इन्होंने सिर्फ पानी भरने के लिए स्नैबिट से दीदी को बुला दिया है। दीदी ने बर्फ भी भर दिया। अरे वाह,
That's an ad, dude. दीदी ने बर्फ भी भर दिया. Wow. So anyways, Netzians are divided. Some are calling it smart living, others are calling it peak laziness. One thing's for sure, Mumbai doesn't wait. No, they'll wait 10 minutes before they fill their water bottles. They do wait, they just won't move. Let's see if anyone's called this out in the comments as being staged. I'll see Pro Max, nice. But you know what? If you want to do ads, do them like this.
पार्सल जाना है। पार्सल है, मैंने लोकेशन डाल दिया। ठीक है मैम, पेमेंट हो गया? मैंने ऑनलाइन पेमेंट कर दी। ठीक है मैम, ओके। भाई लोकेशन तो ज्यादा दूर की नहीं, पास की है, 700 मीटर दूर है बस। चलो लोकेशन पे ड्रॉप करके आते हैं पार्सल। तो गाइस, ड्रॉप लोकेशन पे मैं पहुंच गया हूँ। बस यही ड्रॉप लोकेशन दिखा रहा भाई, लेकिन यहाँ पर कोई है नहीं। बस चलो कस्टमर को कॉल करके पूछता हूँ। भाई यहाँ कोई दिख भी नहीं रहा है। हाँ हेलो मैम, लोकेशन पे पहुंच गया हूँ, लेकिन ये पार्सल किसको देना है?
जी भैया, किसी को देना नहीं, आप वहीं पे फेंक।
अरे ये क्या बात हुई मैम, यहाँ फेंकने के लिए आपने पार्सल दे दिया? चलिए ठीक है मैम, फेंक के दे रहा हूँ। ओके ओके मैम, ठीक है, फेंक के दे रहा हूँ। भाई से क्या हो गया है? पहली बार बताओ, पार्सल को फेंकना पड़ रहा है। उसके पहले लोग चेक कर लेते इसमें क्या था, क्या फेंकने दिया है कस्टमर ने। सर इसमें तो कचरा है।
Okay, so someone has booked a porter, given a nice packaged box. Looks like it may have contained mangoes or something like that. The guy goes 750 meters away to apparently what looks like just a designated dumping zone. So this lady's going out of her way, paying money to have her garbage relocated, but she can't even find a garbage box that can be pulled up. Just look at where she takes the garbage to.
लोकेशन डाल दिया।
ठीक है मैम, पेमेंट हो गया?
मैंने ऑनलाइन पेमेंट कर दी।
अरे wow.
ओके भाई, लोकेशन तो ज्यादा दूर की नहीं, पास की है, 700 मीटर दूर है बस। चलो लोकेशन।
What is this new genre of delivery boy content creators? Like, it's just anything. That's why I think this might be like a staged Porter ad. And the only reason I think it's not is because he can't leave that package there.
लोकेशन पे मैं पहुंच गया हूँ। बस यही ड्रॉप लोकेशन दिखा रहा भाई, लेकिन यहाँ पर कोई है नहीं। बस चलो कस्टमर को कॉल करके पूछता हूँ। भाई यहाँ कोई दिख भी नहीं रहा। हाँ हेलो मैम, लोकेशन में पहुँच गया हूँ, लेकिन ये पार्सल किसको देना है?
जी भैया, किसी को देना नहीं, आप वहीं पे फेंक
अरे ये क्या बात हुई मैम, यहाँ फेंकने के लिए आपने पार्सल दे दिया? चलिए ठीक है मैम, फेंके दे रहा हूँ।
फेंक ही दे रहा हूँ।
मैम ठीक है, फेंके दे रहा हूँ।
Dude, you can't just litter because someone asked you to on an app. You can't just throw it at the side of the road. And he'll be like, क्या बताओ, मैडम ने बोला था यहीं फेंकने के लिए. So what? Don't refuse to accept it or throw it in a bin. It should be like illegal to make a delivery on the side of the road to no one. Well, at least to his credit, he didn't film himself littering it, but I promise you that's what he did. And this is not the woman's fault. She's entitled to use her money in as useless and pointless ways as possible. And if there's no garbage dumping site around her, she should give it to this guy and send him to a known garbage dump. If that is what she thinks a known garbage dump is, I don't know what to say about that city's planning. But he should not be allowed to just take a package and leave it on the side of the road. He knows it's garbage, he's just leaving it there. So I think that sometimes these people need to also stop acting like NPCs. And actually there is a story we're going to talk about, which I read. Let's get that clip up.
Why would someone order 3 packs of rat poison late at night? This one simple question saved someone's life. This Blinkit delivery guy saw that this is an unusual pattern and actually decided to check up on the person by calling them. He realized that they are not doing really well, so he stopped the delivery by saying, "I can't deliver this packet to you," and that actually saved that person's life. He just didn't do the bare minimum, he did something more than that. And that's what we need to do. When we ask someone, "How are you doing?" we genuinely need to mean it. We want to know what the other person is feeling. And if you know someone around you who needs help, then reach out to them. And if you don't know what to do, reach out to us. We'll help you out.
Wow, that is quite a powerful story. So yeah, there, speaking of not being an NPC and actually being a human being, I think that guy deserves a shout out. And if this is an ad, then I really don't know what we have come to. So yeah, maybe not all of these stories that we see with your Swiggy and your Blinkit and your Snabbit are all ads, but certainly some of them are. And if y'all can find out that Snabbit made that video, I would like to personally reach out to their marketing team and compliment them. Okay, now let's move on from the quick commerce section of this episode. This is a video that I wanted to play because it's making its rounds in the post Valentines Day content. Apparently, a bunch of thugs were asking for people's IDs from couples, show us you're married, all that typical shit. And finally, we as a mob, we as a people have decided to fight back to harassment. So let's look at this video.
पुलिस वाले नहीं है, कौन है? संगठन है,
तो होता कौन भाई पूछने वाला ऐसे है?
मतलब किसी से मतलब बजरंग दल का है तो आईडी दिखा, नाम बता, पूरा नाम बता।
These guys aren't cops. I don't know why people ever let someone who's not a police officer bully them. You know why? Because these guys are carrying sticks. Okay, people who are saying that you can always do this. These guys are thugs. The person who's questioning them right now has enough momentum and people around him. But if there were just, 15 of these people and just him and his significant other, he'd be worried for her and they would have to just appease. So I think we need to realize the strength we have in numbers. And we've seen some other videos also lately of citizens standing up to police. They've seen a policeman take a bribe in front of them and citizens arrested him. So yeah, let this be the trend. Everyone start. I don't want to be a part of that culture. Just take out your phone and start recording everything. But when there is assault, when there is harassment, this is the only thing that will make anything come of it. That's why body cams changed the game in the US, the way the police forces work. In fact, now these guys just shamelessly put their body cams off and then that implicates them as well. So you can actually win. We can have some accountability. Social media doesn't have to, even negative news doesn't just have to be pure rage bait. Things can come off it. And I think this is an excellent indication of that happening. Guy was caught eating pedigree in the gym for protein. Secretly recorded, now viral. This is how far youth will go for protein is protein. All right. He's loving that. Okay, now before you guys ask the question, I will ask it. Is this an ad for Pedigree? What do you think? How subtle, how weirdly do they have to get to you? Like, man, if this guy's eating Pedigree, it must at least be really good for my dog. Okay, firstly, let's get this straight. What is the biggest problem with this video? Is that he is using a hack squat machine to do a leg press. Okay? And it is like mechanically a problem. It's not supposed to be that high up. Okay, secondly, what is the problem? You don't need protein intra-workout. Whether or not Pedigree is a good source, let me just put this out there. Having protein in the middle of your workout is kind of weird. Like, protein is not easily digestible. It's just going to sit there in your stomach, and a lot of blood is going to be dedicated to digesting it. You want to have fast burning sugars, maybe like a banana, maybe one of those energy power packs. Have a dog food thing if you want, but let it be more carb and simple carb driven. See, protein is not protein. Okay, dog protein is not the same as animal protein. Yes, I know pound for pound, Pedigree may give you more bang for your buck in terms of protein, but I just want to say, you're eating dog food. You're eating, like, what is the point? Why are you getting jacked just to eat dog food? You have a Gatorade bottle, you have Nike shorts. You're eating Pedigree dog food? So yeah, this may not be an ad. This may be some sort of clout chasing. This may be a prank. This may be a bet gone wrong. Supreme Court grants bail to the 3 accused in the Pune Porsche case, while the teen driver, now 19 by the way, lives free. For those of you who don't remember the case, please go back and watch the video we made on it. Kind of crazy. Purvis predicted a Netflix show coming out on it. Hope it happens. Of course, we're still waiting for it to play out, so maybe this will be what happens in season 2. Now, what has happened? That teen driver, who's 19 now, has actually been out on bail the whole time. The 3 accused in this Pune Porsche case that they're referring to is no one accused around driving the car or anything. They are people accused for tampering with the blood samples. They are also not members of the family. They are hired guns. So, really what can we look at when we look at this case is that nothing actually happened to the kid who was driving. Nothing happened to his parents who let him drive. Nothing even seems to have happened to the driver who let him drive. No one ever talks about this, but that driver did not have to give the kid the keys to the Porsche. In some world, that driver was the responsible adult. He was the one who'd been given the car. The parents did not give the keys to the kid. And that driver could have just flat out refused the kid, saying that, hey, you're not driving, I'm sorry. Yeah, go tell your parents I didn't let you drive drunk at 60. And this kid would have thrown some hulla hulla and stuff, but he physically couldn't do anything to the driver. And I know what you're going to say. Rohan, do you know what it's like? You wouldn't even know what it's like. You've never been. I know, I've never been. So what? Can I not say for a fact that an adult should deny a child the right to drive a car? No, but this kid probably offered the driver $2,000. That's on the driver. Don't take up work like this. Don't do it. It's never worth it. Things need to only go wrong once. Anyways, and what we learned from all this is that the 3 accused are not from the family. They are henchmen, people who've been paid off under the table to take the fall for things like this. There seems to be a different set of laws that applies for rich people, which they can circumvent with lawyers and bribery. And the 2 victims, IT workers from out of state, are not getting justice. Yeah, they're like, 3 people have been accused of blood tampering. I was like, what about the guy who drove the car that killed them? Who's 19 right now? People his age serve in our military. And he's actually going to have to live with this on his conscience. That's not the worst thing that should happen to it, but I would like to think that no one gets away with something like this, even if they get away with it. I hope it eats at him. All right, let's move on from this. I'm getting kind of annoyed. Okay. Jesus. That is one pissed off ex-girlfriend. I actually found the guy she was trying to hit with the rock.
हाथ में लगा
Haath mein laga, he's asking. Listen to that. You know that moment where like you get hit and you just like can't believe it happened, and you've not started accepting the pain yet. I'm like, shit, that happened. And then look at this guy's face.
हाथ में लगा
Haath mein laga. I'm surprised Haath is still attached to the rest of his body. How casually his friend is asking, Haath mein laga. What do you think? I told you guys, close the doors on the trains. I never thought we'd have to close them for this, but turns out we do. Alright, next video. Wow.
लगा था जाम और ये कार आई थी रॉन्ग साइड और इन्होंने जो है ड्राइवर से बदतमीजी करते हुए बोले कि गाड़ी हटा, हम लोग को साइड दो, क्योंकि 200 गाड़ियां लगभग पीछे थी। सारी गाड़ियों को डाइवर्ट करवा रहे थे एक गाड़ी के चक्कर में, तो वो भी जिद में था, गाली गलौज करते रहे ये लोग, आपस में मुठभेड़ हुई बातचीत के माध्यम से।
So people are just applauding this truck driver, right? People are just so happy that this truck driver has shown this disrespectful wrong side driver his place. But I again want to remind you guys, this is not good. Okay, what is not good about this? We cannot just take the law into our own hands. The right thing for the truck driver to do at that point was to call the police. You don't just start running your car over someone else's car. Just because you are technically in the right, you are now in the wrong. There is an escalation of crime committed over here that makes no sense, that you cannot justify. How do you, if you think this is okay, how do you know it's going to be okay the next time someone thinks they're in the right to do this? You can't know that. It's supposed to be decided by police, by lawyers, by judges, and people encouraging this behavior. Look, I'm not defending the guy who drove on the wrong side of the road. Please, put him in jail if you think that's how severe his offense was. Okay? Prove a point, make a case out of him that he was driving extremely recklessly by coming on the other side. It endangered people's lives. He should do some jail time. I'm with you. Saying it's okay for the truck driver who was in front of him to just start running the car over and going through and having the whole internet applaud him for being the hero who saved the day? Absolutely not. You have to call the police. You have to do things the right way. Two wrongs do not make a right. 2 crimes have been committed now. Neither are going to be addressed, I'm sure. No one gives a shit. But hey, one day some dude will just say, nahin, main kar sakta hu. Tum galat ho. I'm going to just drive my truck through your car. And you'll be like, I have a flat tire, I don't know. I'm going to do it. And you'll make a video and people will be like, wow. So yeah, this goes back to what we said at the start. We cannot start having private people take responsibility for what our government should be doing. It does not work out well. And also, it's not that I expect it of our government, and I do. But I'm not saying that we shouldn't do it because it's someone else's job. We are not allowed to do it because we cannot be making these decisions for everyone as to what's right and wrong. We elect a government for that. We have a rule of law for that. And we need to follow that. This is insane. It's insane that people are clapping for this guy. Why not instead, show this guy's license plate number and report him to the traffic police? And then make that post viral so that they actually do something about it. Everyone's saying he got his lesson. Well, now what about this truck driver? Who's going to teach him a lesson? People are upset. That's why they're cheering this guy. People are so upset at how horrible some of us act on the road. I was at T1 airport in Mumbai. I got off the plane. It was insane the way people were trying to leave that airport and the cars coming in. You'd think you're like those World War Z situations where people are like, "Hey, gaadi aaye," and just jump into the car in the middle of the road. People are screaming, honking. Security has no clue what's going on. I was like, "Yo, beach mein kyun load kar rahe gaadi ko? Arey nahi sunte hai meri baat, kya karu?" It's like all this going, it was insanity. I wanted to take a video. I was like, I couldn't even bring myself to do that. I didn't want to just add to the chaos by like filming things. It was really bad. So people are like frustrated. I can imagine like some truck driver just driving through a bunch of standstill cars there. But we can't. We have to go through the formal channels. I'm sure you guys have all seen the horrific footage or imagery of the metro slab that fell down and crushed a rickshaw and another car. It's led to injuries. It has led to a death. It's horrific. I'm not going to sit and replay those videos. I'm going to play another video that mentions that 6 days ago, a citizen spotted a massive crack on Pillar 4 in Mulund, and they posted about it. Apparently, the authorities dismissed it. They said, don't spread misinformation, everything is fine. They told the citizen to stop alarming other people and to stop worrying. Fast forward to when the pillar collapsed. My God, can you imagine just driving in your car and a pillar probably weighing tons just crushes it? $5 trillion economy. That's the meme, and this is why it's a meme. Because we're just like a lottery ticket every day. And yeah, it's rare to lose that lottery, but turns out it's happening. I want to point out one more thing about this whole thing, that's since this event. So yeah, here's a post detailing the penalties and the compensation because of this event. After Mumbai Metro structure collapse, penalty on contractor 5 crores, penalty on consultant 1 crore, compensation paid to deceased auto rickshaw driver's family 5 lakhs. So a profitable venture for the government. That's insane, right? There has to be some type of law governing how the compensation reaches the victims. It's like in health insurance companies, they have to pay out something like 75% of whatever money they take in. They just can't keep it. How can the government now paying this auto rickshaw driver's family all that money will not bring him back? But it certainly should be, but certainly there should not be an incentive for the government when these things happen to reduce the compensation to families for their own personal profit. Hopefully there are some GoFundMe started for this auto rickshaw driver's family, or hopefully the government actually changes its mind on how much compensation to give this driver's family. What is the thinking? Oh, he's just an auto rickshaw driver. This much money is a lot for him. You're insane. That is disgusting. So yeah, let's not just be okay with him receiving 5 lakhs when we know the money is there. Where are you paying it from? Well, pay it from this exact money before it goes anywhere else on some fireworks. I do want to show you one more video. So this is a flyover on Manali highway supported with sandbags parking safety concerns. Okay, this is quite old right now, so nothing has happened yet. If it does happen, I want to say that y'all are insane. Okay, look at that. That is what looks like a damaged, cracked flyover being held up by sand. If this is a temporary fix, it doesn't look like a good enough one. And let's not wait for someone to be crushed under this. Someone has just died because of an accident like this. Someone go check this flyover today. Please. I'm really thinking of having like my car fortified with some type of weird, like, I don't know, military grade roof. We're not even at war and things are like collapsing on us. That's what we have for you on the show today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let us know in the comment section what you think about all this construction. So yeah, that's another day of playing roulette with your life in India, I guess. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching the show. My name is Rohan Pranjpe. This is the Overcorrection. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.